Open the water board meeting with 2 members present.
I make a motion to open the meeting.
Second it.
Mr. Ricker, you as chairman, could I just ask for you to ask for a quick pause for silence for losing our highway surveyor, the water board, which I was a member and worked with him for 12 years. Really helped the water department on emergencies and all occasions with his crew. Just a thought if you would ask for a minute.
No, I think it's
He
very
was a great man and helped us and still does. Was sadly missed. All right, Mr. Levitt.
What a shock.
Moment of silence and sound.
Thank you.
So, you wanna, you read the minutes?
I make a motion to accept the minutes of March 6, 2013.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Got a date and one that you're putting that on hold for another meeting. They're not gonna be able to make it.
What's that?
On the abatement that we have, the second thing to do, that's on hold for another meeting.
Oh, yeah.
There's a death in the family.
Laura, is that,
Postpone, yeah, we'll set up another appointment for them. to
so they were
come in.
supposed to be here tonight. And then we'll bring up the next meeting. We'll go make sure it's 20 minutes, I guess. The next order is the resignation of primary and secondary operators. I make a motion that we accept their resignations submitted March 12th and 13th, 2013. Regarding their resignations, there was a primary and secondary operator for the town water department. And I make a recommendation that we lift the hiring freeze down at the, from the Board of Selectmen. If you could make sure we ask them to lift the hiring freeze for those 2 positions.
Okay.
That's the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Looks like you're next, Laura, with your budget.
Okay, so on Wednesday this week, Tim and I met with the fiscal team, and we cut the budget more. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, Roy, and the special town meeting articles that I'll start writing with your permission. So, here we go.
What did we cut?
100, what did you say, Jamie, 135,000?
123, if my calculations are correct.
So what we did here, Roy, was in the wage line, we broke out overtime. That number didn't change, we just made a new line for wages and overtime. We moved the post-employment benefits from the expense line up to the wage line. And we added a new line called unemployment.
Now, is this on this front page?
Yeah,
draft
so
too?
this is the new one, okay? So line 6 is a new line.
Okay.
So then we get into the maintenance line, and we dropped it to 137,000. So we can go through that, and Tim, you can help me a little bit here, make sure I get it all right. And we dropped the treatment plan also at the same time.
We dropped the maintenance
Right, so
expense 100, what, how much?
123,000.
123,000.
So what we dropped was the electric by 25,000.
How can we drop the electric?
So what we did was we put in the actual bills that we paid this year versus what we think we're going to pump. So if we do need additional funds, we will go to the emergency reserve account on line 12, Form 1. So what we're gonna do is kinda, the fiscal team felt that we should put in the actual numbers, not the anticipated what we thought we would need, and look for transfers throughout the year. And I'll be working with them on a regular basis. So it's an effort to, you know, keep the rates low and try to work within our means.
By dropping that 123, did our rate come down any?
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that, okay?
We thought we could, you know, maybe do some more conservation to try to get the rates down.
Right, so we looked at and we'll talk about the vehicle policy in a minute, but I won't get too into that. But I did go to our bills, and I'm gonna have to look into this. But when we just filled up the backhoe on February 5th, we paid $4.11 a gallon, and that's after our discount. So I'm a little concerned about the vehicle price. I have to go back to this.
What day was that?
That was on February 5th, and then on
It was
February
kinda high then, wasn't it? Diesel
February
prices were-
7th.
Diesel's way up.
February 7th, we just filled a can of gas for the generator, and we paid $4.17 for that.
How much a gallon do we get off on?
So that is our discount, because here's our bill. Well, I brought our bill so we can, I'm gonna have to sit down with somebody at town hall. 'Cause if it-
$4.17 for gasoline?
That's gonna be a misprint, Laura, because they're only getting $3.90. No, $3.84 at the pump right now, and we get a discount.
Yeah, I can see them paying like, the
Here's our
last
bill,
month,
Jack, so I have
$4.20
to,
for a
something's not
gallon.
right.
Yeah, diesel.
Something isn't right.
Something's not right
No,
when I
something-
look at this.
And you get a discount too.
Are they paying high test?
I don't know. See what happened?
Oh, okay, that
It would
could
be
be.
nice for me to see that on these are the receipts at the pump that we get from all the trucks. Cause I did a whole thing by truck, by gas. The fiscal team wanted to see it, but I think this is an area that I'll be looking into.
I mean, that's something you could speak to Pam about.
I have
and
to. I have to.
them, you know, check off regular
Yeah.
high test or whatever.
And then if they can put down what the guys or the employees can just tell me what the pump price is when they fill up, so I know what you just said. the
Don't they
pump-
go in regular?
So I brought every bill.
Well, you need
here.
high tech in town.
They should be burning regular.
Should be burning regular, is
So
right.
I'll be
Did they-
looking into this.
When they go over there, the clerk over there obviously sees it's a town of Raleigh truck.
Yeah, because they're billing us. These are our bills.
They have the truck number and everything on it, right?
Yeah, so this tells me
Yeah.
it was the backhoe, this tells me, you know, it's truck 9.
Oh, I'm sorry,
This-
well, what is it, is it the total price of the charge right there?
So this, for truck 9, we filled it up, 23 gallons, and we paid $90.84, $90.84. So I divide that by the number of gallons and I get to the unit price.
Well, the other thing that they could be doing the discount after.
No, so what
So-
happens is we get a bill, I gotta go sit down with Pam,
Okay, all right, well,
because we don't pay tax, so we get a discount on the tax at the end of the year, at the end of the month.
yeah,
So this is all our trucks, our gas for the month, and then the diesel tax discount was $3.42. And for the gas, it was $76.99.
What was
when
your
I
total
work-
bill, Laura? Did I ask for that? Is that for-
$1,400, but we're only running 2 trucks.
Last month?
Yeah, but we had the snowstorm, and it was $600 worth of plowing, because we had the backhoe out, because I had to do the reimbursement for FEMA.
Right.
So they gave me the receipts for our trucks for that weekend, because we plow for, 48 hours. So the backhoe went out. The backhoe doesn't get, it's by the hours, I learned, it's not by the miles, how many hours, we use it. So I was trying to figure out hours.
Well, your backhoe just uses for your own use. The truck helps the highway, am I right?
No,
No.
no. No, the backhoe and the truck
I thought
are,
you always had a truck on
We
it.
always did, but we haven't, because we was having so many problems with the trucks yet.
Oh,
And no money left to fix them after, you know, between rotting out, busting up plows and everything else. We get out of that second year now, right?
so we did drop the gasoline down. I'm gonna look into it and kinda watch that, and when we talk about the vehicle policy.
Okay, so
it'll
we-
make
The thing is, Jack, we wasn't getting anything for the truck itself. They were paying the fuel bill and paying the, you know, whoever was driving it. But we was getting nothing left for fixing the truck, and we was just having a lot of problems with the trucks.
well, at the time though, I remember at one time you used to have a truck out.
Exactly,
No,
but what I'm
you said
saying
that,
is, the only thing we got from the highway department was they paid
The way, the
the
driver.
fuel and paid the driver.
Yeah,
But there was no replacement fee, repair fee for the trucks.
So what we do now is we just plow all the wells in
Yeah.
this facility.
in use,
Yeah,
in-house stuff. Roads into the wells and all that, here and all, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So we dropped the office supplies down by $6,000. We dropped the electric department down by 20-something thousand. We dropped the fuel down.
We're right.
I'm on line 31,
Form 5, Roy.
Form 5, I'm sorry, Roy. I'm just trying to go through what we dropped. And we took out that miscellaneous line and added that to the first Form 1, line 12. So, you know, it was a good meeting, right, Tim? You know, it was very productive.
Well, I think Laura did a lot of work on this. And she's
Do you
very-
think it's, and we're dropping 13,000 in vehicle maintenance, we're not replacing the vehicles, they're getting older, they're not getting newer.
We're just gonna have to keep our eye on that, Roy, and then I think what we really need to do, if, you know, God forbid something falls apart out there, we really have to make a decision if we wanna put more money into these trucks, or we go to town
I've been
meeting
saying that
and
right
get
along
another.
now.
You know, after this experience with truck 5,
Yeah.
I mean, the money that we put in there, and to have that situation, you know, so we'll be watching everything every week very carefully, and as the budget gets close, I'm gonna bring it to
That's
the
why
board.
we got purchase orders now,
Yeah,
before the truck goes out, you know,
Yeah.
board members see it before it's sent out to
yeah,
have something done.
so you know, I'm just gonna be watching everything, I'm gonna stay on top of it, and hopefully, you know, we get through the year, without any unforeseen emergencies, at many levels. 'Cause it's a tight budget, it really is.
It's very tight.
I did talk to Wes and Sampson, and they're willing to come to a meeting shortly about the whole pumping and the whole truck for the treatment plant. And I had these plans, but you guys can read them. So basically, the in-place filters, the 20,000 that you see, are for the holding tanks that are underneath the treatment plant, and there's 385,000 gallons of water that's gonna be sitting underneath the treatment plant. And weekly, when we talk about in-place filters, there's hatches here, and the truck is gonna come and suck all the sediment out. And that's really, we don't need a backhoe for this, okay? So that's what, this is the underneath, this is the basement of the treatment plant, and these are all holding tanks in here, and there's 375,000 gallons. So we have 1.3 million in our tank, and we're gonna have another 300,000 gallons of water, clean water, underneath the building. So this is extra storage for us, so it has to stay clean. So we're gonna have to hire somebody to come in and suck that out and haul it away, Roy.
Do they haul it away, or does it go into a lagoon
Well, I
outside?
guess that's what my next question, Barbara Cook will come and explain all that to you. If that gets sucked into the reservoirs, and the pictures are on the website, I did get them up on the website so you can see it. And these basins are what you say we're gonna be drying them out, and then the truck drives in. I think you guys are right in saying that it's maybe gonna be once or twice a year. And that our backhoe or the highway department can do that. Or we can hire somebody.
It would make more sense to try it for a year and see how we go, and
I just wanted to tell you, I did follow up on that, and these are not something that have, this particular situation doesn't get emptied on a regular basis. It's the underneath, it's the filters that are in the basement.
now what would they do when they suck it out with the truck? That's
So
what
when
they
they,
do.
does it go into
I'm
the
wondering if they're
basins?
bringing a vac in.
That's what I'm saying, with the back truck dump into the lagoon.
A vac truck will have to come in.
That's a
'cause-
lot of gallons to get rid of, we had to get rid of that, so I don't know. We'll have to find out.
So I'm gonna bring Barbara in so she can start talking, maybe on a regular basis, as we start talking a lot about the treatment plant. She's the expert. So, you know, when we look at the state revolving fund, we're gonna have money saved there, because we're not gonna buy the backhoe. So that's good news too for us.
You mean the loader?
The loader, we're not gonna buy the loader, yeah. So that's, you know, we can that, you know, we took that out of the budget last week, and that was a good decision. So I just wanna tell you, I did follow up on that, and we'll just have to wait and see how many times we actually need the backhoe. We're gonna need this thing, we're gonna need the vacuum though, which is the 20,000 that is in there, to suck, you know, to vacuum this all out.
So it's 20,000 a year or for the,
For 4 months, yeah. So I'm gonna start getting prices on that for procurement.
yeah,
What is gonna be the town of Raleigh's cost, and see who's gonna do it. If it's gonna be a private contractor, obviously. We're gonna have to go out to bid for it.
You go like Enpro, Clean Harbors, those kind of places.
Yeah,
There must
or it
be,
might be, you know, it might be a local guy too, you don't know.
Do you have any local guys with the back truck?
Well, if it's just gonna be liquids, it's just a pump. If it's gonna be a Vector situation, you'd have to get a guy or a company with a Vector truck, you know? You've seen those, are like this, the drains suckers and stuff in
Yeah.
towns?
there must be sumps in the tanks. They wouldn't be pumping the whole
oh, no, yeah,
375,000 gallons.
no, they're gonna be, no, you're right.
Like skimming off a spoon
Yeah.
bowl.
They're gonna go probably to the bottom and suck the
Yeah,
settlement and
exactly.
settle it.
The settlements.
Right.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to have trailer truck after trailer truck with tanks.
Can I ask
Doing
a-
something like that?
Can I ask a question about the vehicles? Do you folks have a maintenance program that, in other words, greased and oil
Oh,
regulated?
and I have that on an Excel sheet. Every so many miles, we have the oil change. That we have had. And I have that, I didn't bring it with me, for every vehicle.
Those trucks should be good for a couple 100,000 miles.
Yeah, I am doing clocking the miles daily, and we'll talk a little bit about the vehicle policy.
The biggest problem is the rust. It ain't so much the
Well, the
motor of
Ranger,
the transmissions, you know.
the Ranger has 175,000 miles on it. And that, just wanna let you know, that one's making me a little nervous, and the one dump truck out there, we've been putting a lot of fluids into it when we were plowing. So, keeping our eye on it. You know, we do our maintenance here, you know, fan belts and, you know, just.
I just cannot
Yeah.
understand for the life of me why you folks have 7 trucks.
Well, we really, now, we're down, truck 5 is gone, and we're not replacing that one. That dump truck has been a truck out there that we never use. So
60 years old.
Yes, it's 23 years old, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. So really what we use every day is truck 9. It goes out to the well rounds every day. And the meter truck moves every day.
That's number 4, right?
Number 4. So John's truck, truck 1, nobody, really, that's a truck now that probably I see as the meter truck. If anything happens to the Ranger, we're in truck 1. Of course, the only other trucks we have out there is a crane truck, which is, that truck we're gonna have forever. I don't
What's
see
that
us,
got for mileage on it? Wow, that's.
54,000.
How many?
54.
So that's
But that's,
just got broke in.
yeah, that truck we're not gonna, that's not even on the 5-year plan. And then we have the backhoe, and then we have the backhoe and the other dump trucks. We have a water break, we're using the other dump, and we're using the other dump for the plow. That's the only truck that we have that has a plow on it right now, is the dump. So, yeah, we have
What
a
I
lot
wanna do
of,
is take the plow from number 5
and put it on,
and put it on number 9, get new plates that go on the frame,
yeah.
they use the same plow.
Yep, so we'll have another truck out there with a plow on it. So that's kind of the plan right now. We do have a lot of vehicles out there, but really, we have the backhoe is a specialty, the crane truck is a specialty, the dump, and the other dump that we never really, we're not replacing that one anytime soon either. So,
Can I just ask a question for my
Sure.
education? You're talking about the truck that goes around to do the meter reading.
yeah,
Is there a lot of equipment that's necessary in that going forward the next time that needs to be
Well, there's
replaced? Can
electronics.
you use a
there's like,
card instead if you're
yeah,
talking about
Yeah.
mileage?
The only thing is with the car, 'cause we brought that up before,
Mm-hmm.
is they do carry like hydrant wrenches and stuff with them, which would go in the body, and it's got a
Right.
toolbox on it, so if they find something that they couldn't fix,
Okay.
the
That's
gate
fine.
valves, when we
Just
do
a
the gate valve exercising.
But
with
we
the
use a
meter
two-wheel
truck-
drive pickup,
Yeah.
they
yeah.
still have a small Ranger or
Yeah.
S10 or
Right.
something on that idea. We don't need a four-wheel drive that uses more gas.
But the meter truck has electronics in it for the
Right.
electronic read, so,
Right.
because we're driving by now.
Right.
So all that has to be moved over to whatever truck, if that truck breaks down. The antennas and all the electronics that are in that truck would have to move over to whatever truck that we would, use. So I think, we made the decision not to do any trucks. It was a good decision, and we're just gonna have to do good maintenance and stay on top of any situation out there. So that was really the treatment plant. We dropped it down a little bit. We dropped it down $3,000. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like you said, we're gonna open the doors and just go day by day with it and learn, so that for FY15, we really know what we're doing,
No, the biggest thing is keep up with our maintenance and
Yeah.
take care of washing them after the storms and
Yeah.
get the salt and
So I'm gonna bring Barbara Cook in the next 2 weeks to really start talking about the treatment plan as an expert, get somebody in the room and, go through this plan and really understand. I'm learning every day about new things on the treatment plant myself. Next week I'll be going to see a membrane system, me and Rob and Weston Sampson are gonna take a little road trip.
you want the gardener.
We were thinking of going to Gardner, or we might go to Littleton. They have a membrane system. We want to go where they're actually pumping. Gardner doesn't have to clean the filters like we will. We want to find somebody that's going to have something like ours. And Weston Sampson's organizing that for us. So I'll actually get to go to a plant that looks like our plant. And that will be helpful for me to really understand, the staffing needs, the maintenance needs, the chemicals, the way we're gonna work the SCADA system. So I'm back on the treatment plant this week, really. I'm focusing back on the treatment plant. Now that, I think the budget is, it's a good budget. I think everybody's worked really hard at it. We've made some serious cuts.
So we're down to the 1575 from the 1640, was it? Or something?
Right. So the rates are in there, and I took an article out of yesterday's newspaper, or actually it was today's, I'm losing track of time. Merrimack's rates are gonna be $15. So they went from $11 to $15, and that's basically what we're doing.
So is that new to us from,
This was in today's paper, so I gave you a copy
Yeah, I
of it.
saw that.
Just so that you know. So when I revised the little chart that tells us what everybody in the neighborhood's doing, we don't look so out of the ballpark.
yeah,
You're gonna see more and more towns come into our situation, with the rates.
So the new rate would be 15.75.
75, yeah. So,
What are they now, Laura?
11.25, so it went up, close to,
450?
yeah,
you have that rate sheet here, or?
yeah, it's on the last sheet.
That was in the paper today, you said?
This is Merrimack. I
Oh,
can give you
okay.
a copy
See,
of it.
Merrimack went
Yeah.
from 11 to 15, that's on
All
this.
right.
And we went from 11.25 to 11.
We went to
Yeah.
15.75.
Yeah, so, this was in today's paper, and you
Okay.
can have a copy.
No,
I
it's all
don't
right,
need
I
it.
get new report home, that doesn't matter.
So it's just, it's just not to.
It's not what Merrimack's doing, it's what's Rowland's doing.
Exactly, and then when we look at the chart, because when we saw that chart last week, it looked pretty bad for Raleigh.
Yeah, I did when I saw it on the
Yeah.
bottom.
So I'm hoping that I can get that chart more current as other towns like us, with the budget process and what other water departments are doing. I'll be revising that hopefully before the May town meeting, so that we can start looking at this year's reality to other towns. The thing about when you look at rate structure in the tie and bond, when they compare all the towns, what they don't compare is the way different towns are treating their water and what it takes to treat different towns in their rate structure. So we'll talk a little bit about our treatment and how much it costs to treat our water, to bring it into Raleigh, So, Groveland doesn't have to treat water like we do, so their rates are low. But Georgetown, and Merrimack are treating up. So we're starting to see
Yeah, everyone's
the
different.
actual treatment.
Yeah.
So we'll look at that. I don't know if people want to know that information or not, but I'm looking at things like that. So I think it's, I'm comfortable with the situation, and it's going to be going to that emergency operation maintenance reserve account on any, additional funds that we need. And that's approval of the Finance Committee, and that's approval of the Board of Selectmen. So it's not anything the Raleigh Water Department will do without protocol. So, I feel comfortable with that.
So this is only a draft, again, and then the
Right.
selectmen are gonna take it from here.
Exactly.
And it's, this draft we're giving them tonight is level funded.
No, it's,
Well,
we're
for the
cutting. We're
salaries.
cutting 15%.
No, I mean for the salaries.
The salaries are up 6% because of unemployment. We haven't gotten to the salaries, I believe. We haven't gotten direction from the Board of
Yeah,
Selectmen.
they're still working that over.
So I don't,
So this could change a little bit.
yeah. And it could go down more. I mean, it can, I guess.
I don't see, there was a whole bunch of people working on this. The town, treasurer's office, everybody in town, everybody's involved with this. So they're all, looked at this and gave their recommendations, and Laura did a wonderful job there presenting it, and it was a lot of work on her part to get this to a point where we could all, agree on it, and the fiscal team agreed on it. So it was a wonderful job that we're lucky to have Laura, take
Thank you, Tim.
this, to a point that, we'll get this thing going. It was very important that what you did for us.
It was very
And health
important. I
insurance
mean,
went that much.
she sat down, like you say,
The health
and
insurance went up that much.
proposed
Yeah, I
all
took
this,
out the person.
and went with a team,
I mean, it
and
still
we
went up.
worked together, not only her, but other department heads, you know what I mean, treasurer, accountant,
Sorry,
Deborah
I
Egan
didn't
and
make this
whoever.
together.
and really helped her, and I appreciate what she did too.
And it's,
you know,
it's lower than
we
we,
didn't do this overnight,
it's
Laura.
lower than we thought, but, you know, it's,
No, it's good. I feel that it was a good conversation at many levels with many people, and, you know, the finance committee really hasn't seen it as a whole yet, and I don't know, maybe they'll have other suggestions for us. You know, we just gotta just try our hardest here. I mean, we just gotta do it, and we'll be following vehicles and gas and electric and our pumping. We're just gonna pay attention. So,
And the good thing is, Mrs. Snow is a representative, and I'm really
Yeah.
glad to see her. I'm a representative for Selectmen,
Right.
and is taking this in. So what it is, it's good when she goes to her board to report back, she can go, here's A to Z. There's numbers, and you got someone here that knows what's going on. Not that you go in the meeting, well, what's this 127 for, or a number? Very good that she's here.
everybody's on the same page.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Real good that
So I think
Mr.
that
Snow is,
Thank you, Jack.
it's been
Well, I think
quite a
we're gonna-
team effort, you
Yeah,
know,
oh,
to
yeah.
get it to this point. And it's not only the water department, I think it's the whole town. Everybody's
Yeah.
conservative.
oh, we all benefit from it.
Right.
We're all in it together.
We're in together.
We're all,
It's not just a group, it's everyone.
Right.
It's a town.
we're all tightening our belts.
Yep.
so Roy, if you agree with this tonight, I just need you to sign Form 1 again for us and Form 5, and I'll send this over to Debbie Egan tonight, or tomorrow morning. I'll send it over tomorrow.
I make a motion that we, you know, sign off on this one more time.
Second, no, David.
Aye. And then we'll be
Both
meeting.
sign.
Yeah, if you don't mind signing that one, and
I already
I'll,
scribbled on mine.
oh, here, sign it. Okay, wait a minute, here, sign
Yeah, I
this.
get this one
Because I
ready.
scribbled on mine too. Here, sign this one, and then,
This goes to the selectmen Monday night. So I'll go down there for our board, and then Laura's gonna be there, I believe.
yep, I'll be there Monday
And then we'll
night.
have some more questions. And we spent, I think it was 5 hours
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah.
You
Well,
want Tim to sign too, or?
yeah, sure, why not? Get everybody to sign.
That's a pretty good rate of return, that's $25,000 an hour. So that was a good.
It was, you know, it was good to see it outside, you know, I've been so entrenched in it for so long that,
To have a set, fresh
you know,
set of eyes,
it was
sure.
good, it was good. All right,
You have
So-
to take a day off too once in a while. you know,
yeah,
Laura.
soon I will, soon,
Tomorrow.
soon. Not yet, tomorrow, no, I'll be here tomorrow, trust me.
Don't work Easter though.
No, I won't be here Palm Sunday or Easter, you're right. I got some family.
Because of the fuel adjustments and everything, they recommended we come up with and maybe formalize a vehicle use policy. So we kind of looked at that, you know, Laura's been kind of copying what Mr. Levitt was doing down at the highway department. With the logs, Laura.
Yep, logging every day, and the trips.
And the other thing we were thinking about is how can we minimize the actual use of the vehicles and just go to essential use of the vehicles? Something that gonna provide the department what it really needs. And we kind of have to look at, you know, all the options of what vehicles are being used for what. So I had thought that if we, you know, keep the vehicles in town, Roy, that we can minimize the mileage on the vehicles for not only the maintenance requirements, but also the fuel.
Well, I mean, you can try to keep them in town, but if they have to go to Middleton, to Prescott, so they have to go to Napa or Ipswich or Georgetown, I mean,
They have to go, they have to go.
I think what we can do is make up a thing with, for each day, or even we could do it for the week we wanted to, with it listed Monday through Friday, whatever. Start
Okay.
mileage and mileage,
Yep,
and, you know, what they were doing.
I'm
You know,
keeping
they
the
were on a
log.
water break, were they on,
Yeah.
parts run, taking the compressor down to be fixed, going to Prescott for pipe. I mean,
Over to Gloucester for the, we have to go for our sampling.
Right.
I made a trip over there in truck 9 the other day myself, so that was the only truck here, and I took it, so,
The truck had to bring those samples in because as soon as you take a sample for the coliform.
No, I mean, we can't say they can't go out of town.
Well,
you know,
no, it's.
But we can write down and log it each day and make up some kind of
yeah.
a thing and have it in each truck.
I'll bring it to our next meeting, what I've started. And I can bring the log that we have for maintenance, so you can see how we do each truck and how we schedule maintenance and what parts we used. I'll bring that so we can start looking at that. Tim, do you want to help me write a policy, or is this the policy?
Well, this page here, you got this page, Roy? Yeah, the second page of the agenda. Did Scott Levitt have
I didn't
Policy
see
over
a,
there?
I didn't see a formal policy.
maybe you could talk
But I
to
didn't
Ron,
ask.
maybe you could ask Ron, see if he has some kind of a policy over
I
there?
mean, we can make up, within the next week or two. Write down what we want, have the truck number,
Okay,
spot for that, the date, mileage sat for the day, mileage end for the day. Basically the same thing I have to do every day, there's a lot of what we're gonna be
and if
doing.
they went to get gas, they can tell me they filled
Right, they can put
up,
down
so I
the
can
Gas, they
follow
were
the
running a water
gas,
break, they
yeah.
were doing meters,
Yeah.
at the pump stations, went for
Right.
parts. But some kind of a brief.
Okay,
Yeah, you got the right idea,
Yeah.
like, even me, when I go with my truck to Mania, CDL, you have to get a log.
Right, it's basically the same thing which I have to do every day.
And all that, right.
And
I
I've
think
got
where
some
you
at the
got,
house
it's
that
an
I could
easy
probably
fix.
write down, give you some ideas
yeah,
Yeah,
That'd be
of
great.
different
I think-
places I've worked and different policies they had.
Yeah, good, that'd be good.
Roy, I think with you gentlemen, I mean, you got 4 workers. Someone's assigned to, well, if you got a water break or whatever, you just don't quickly do it, but they're in-house trucks in town. Start in the morning, the mileage is 100. The end of the day, it's 116.
Right, and
Well,
you can have
what
it,
they
you
do-
can have it set up where, so you can keep a closer eye on it. How many gallons of gas was put in that day, quarts of oil, antifreeze.
Like the police
You
do,
know.
they log it all.
Yeah.
If you got a monitor or something, you'll hear car 14's in, put 10.8, mileage is 74,400.
It might make sense that maybe somebody's
Gas
already
log
gone
book.
through and created a town form that isn't, a policy yet, but they might have the forms already,
No, but I mean, I'll bring in some of the ones that I got for the next meeting.
What I'm
and,
saying, Scott might even have forms with the town of Raleigh, or even the police department.
They got
Yeah.
a, police department would gladly give her a copy.
Sure,
All the cars, and what you do, put a number.
sure,
I mean, they're running, 6 vehicles up there, with
yeah, I could
all
talk to
the,
Dottie.
detective and 4 run cars.
Just-
All good numbers.
Just make a call,
All right,
and then
all
Roy's
right.
got some stuff.
And I'll bring it, to the next meeting.
Could I ask a quick question while we're on the vehicle usage? Has anyone heard or whenever Mr. Reza is coming back to work? Or?
I got a call this afternoon, he's coming back Monday.
Okay. He's coming back Monday. Okay, as far as you know. Now, he's been gone, couple months?
2 months today, correct?
Okay.
Pretty sure it was the
Now,
15th of
the other thing
January.
is, he has a vehicle, takes it home, and we're trying to conserve. Why wouldn't it be feasible for the water department that he would come to work here and get his truck, runs it or whatever, puts out a mileage sheet every day, and commute back and forth?
My feeling on it is, I mean, he had the truck before. Let's, let him take it back and keep an eye on the gas and mileage for a month and see how we go from there. And we can make another decision when we have a new board.
Well,
We'll have a new board in another month or two.
what do other departments do?
Huh?
What do other departments do?
Policeman, only one, the policemen have to come get the cruisers, highway department employees. I asked Ronnie about him due to the sickness that went, well, I don't wanna get into that. He took a truck to, cause they had snowstorms home, but he's not planning to take a truck. The light department, they have policy, they do that, and, water department, I was a former member, and, we did put a stop once, lasted for a few times, and then when I got off it, the superintendent could take the truck back. My thing it is, it's a lot of money, and you got taxes involved, you got internal revenue, taking the truck back and everything. This way you're gonna save a lot of, on per
See, I don't know
gallon.
if is it insured, would it be insured or personal? Going, I don't know, see.
Well, the big thing
You
it
can see,
is,
I
when
mean,
this
you
truck
can see
was
coming
bought,
in.
I don't understand, Mr. Toomey. They got tinted glass, it's a Cadillac, and there's no writing on the side of the truck.
It's an
It says
F-150
Town of Raleigh.
pickup. It ain't no Cadillac.
Well,
It has all
To me
the
it
bells
is.
and whistles.
it's got all the bells on it, but I mean, I don't care what, they got a Mercedes or what, I'm just saying it. Logical, all your town of vehicles, they just bought a new one, the highway, Town of Raleigh Highway Department, Town of Raleigh on the truck. I have
Only
my
thing
pros and cons on this truck being used. We're not getting into it, but I'm, as a Board of Selectmen member, I have concern. We're here tonight chopping 1,000 here, 1,000 there. Why can't the gentleman that's, you know, I don't wanna hear excuses.
We have
Come
to,
and pick it up, the truck.
we have to cut this gasoline. It's only going one way in
Well,
price. And the wear and tear.
there's 300 miles a week probably on the truck going back and forth to Manchester. I don't know what, is there any other town employee that is able to take their vehicle home?
That's 15,000 miles in a year.
I know, but does anybody else?
There's one other.
Yeah,
This
But-
is the water department,
But
not
we're-
another
we're
department.
we're talking enterprise, water department, ratepayers and that. These other guys justify their budgets. I don't wanna get into names. I could list them all. But I'm just saying,
well, we ought to look at,
in the past, things have happened.
We ought to
Could I
look at.
just say that? In the
Yeah.
past,
As far as I'm
things have
concerned,
happened, not
we
pointing
should put a hold
fingers.
on it until we have a new board member and all three of us are here.
Jack and I are not here to point fingers.
Exactly.
However, we all have to do our best for the residents of this town, the ratepayers. And you gentlemen have to work hard after what's happened to rebuild trust for the water department. That's all I have to
And
say.
I will totally agree with Mr. Dalzell. And a lot of things are happening down here. Have to be resolved. No further.
I think what we ought to do is, I don't think Roy's for, you know, keeping that policy, you know, the way I put it in here is to keep all the vehicles in town unless there's a necessity to go out of town. It might be a condition of Mr. Reza's employment. It would say that, you know, he gets a vehicle to take back and forth home. I don't know.
No,
So,
I'll vote say for that.
Okay.
There's no conditions.
all right, so.
No
I
conditions.
was told it was.
when
No,
he-
there's
when
no
he-
conditions. Show me it.
When he comes in,
I'm just saying, I was told it was.
No, there
this
isn't
is what I
no
suggest we do.
conditions.
When John comes in, we're gonna have to ask him to show us if there's anything in writing that gives him the authority to take the car back.
What I'm saying, we're only 2 members here tonight.
Yep.
Let's wait till we have 3 members, and we'll have 3 members in May, and then vote on it, what we're gonna do. And make the decision.
So basically, right now, if the superintendent was to start tomorrow, it's all okay for him to take the vehicle back and forth.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not gonna change it till there's 3 members up here to vote on.
Yeah, I can make a motion that we get Mr. Reza to provide us, whether it says in writing that he can have the vehicle to take back and forth for personal use after hours, to see if it's a part of his condition of his employment. But I don't know if there is or not, so
No,
I
I
mean,
would-
right now, we have to find out from him.
You got it, Mr. Toomey. I know Roy, there's a lot of verbal stuff down here. No votes of the board taken down here. I think we've been through enough,
As soon as
stop.
as soon as he comes back, I'll, we'll.
Shows you the
By the
condition,
next
a
meeting,
vote by
we'll
their
just-
board, who
yeah.
authorized
At the
them.
next meeting,
And
we're
this is
gonna,
my job.
at the next meeting, we're gonna ask him, to provide us that information.
I think it's a good policy before it starts, is till you get the information.
I think so too, but.
You just wrote it. So whoever wrote this up has got a darn good proposal, if I'm reading here.
Yeah.
Water board meeting vehicle usage cost policy.
Yeah,
You're talking about
I
going
can
to
make
get
a
an
motion,
oil
but
filter?
it's only two of us, he's not gonna, I'll make a motion.
Until
Make
the
a motion
service
that we
here.
pass this thing as far as keeping the vehicles in town unless they're absolutely necessary to drive outside. I make that motion, do I have a second?
No.
So you see? Yeah. Doesn't pass.
So you got a dead issue, so the vehicle
It's not
might.
dead completely.
Like I
yet.
said, when there's three
gonna be
members
brought
up there.
up.
That's right, Roy,
It's
you
gonna
got
be
a
brought up
good thing,
again.
now we get a full board, till then, and then if whoever's in May, you just called it.
Yeah.
But right now, we're looking to chop every penny, every dollar in this budget.
Well, I think,
And I see it unforeseen, if I get a job here, making the money that's here, I will have a vehicle to come in the morning and pick my vehicle up and go to work for the town of Raleigh, for the best interest of the people. We're talking pennies and nickels
You're talking,
per gallon of gas.
you're talking $10,000 to $12,000 a year, 5 for gas, $100 a week for gas, tank of gas, and it's more than that in wear and tear in the vehicle. So you're talking $10,000 to $12,000 a year.
is it that much?
Well, with the wear and tear of the vehicle, going out, out.
Yeah. That's
What do they
about-
figure, 50,
It's 15
$56 cents a mile now?
Is it, yeah. So,
Yeah, to figure it out.
Yeah,
Uh,
so,
100 miles is $52 a week that you'd write down with a
56, yeah.
car use and that, but I mean, it's on, every year the Board of Selectmen vote to what per rate. Like our building inspector, he goes here to there and that, he puts mileage in, covers his gas and all that stuff. I mean, my department, I've been there 38 years, we never took mileage. Just go we're working, go over to Ipswich, get a bag of grass seed, 3 bags of cement, you
Yeah.
get paid. I never took the mileage, a lot of guys do. I probably should have added them up, because I could take a Bahama trip.
And
Your next cruise.
and we all know if you added everything, insurance, depreciation, and everything, you cannot run your personal vehicles for 56 cents a mile.
okay, so we gotta find out why he was given that permission to begin with, so, and then find out if he's got it in writing, so.
Yeah. Verbal, to me, you have a 3-member board of water commissioners. There's been too much going on here in the last 3 months. That fingers here,
Yeah.
there, pointing. We're not gonna get into that tonight. Well, all we're talking about tonight is the mileage. I think the trucks, my opinion, if I was sitting in that 3rd chair tonight, truck would stay here.
Yep.
Man, you got a job, you come in, I don't care, I don't wanna hear, don't have a vehicle or don't. Hey,
There's only 2 of us up here tonight, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm not gonna vote for anything until there's 3 members.
so where's the truck stand if, wants to move out of here Monday?
As far as I'm concerned, that was.
Yeah,
the only left.
you're gonna
That's
say,
fine.
Roy, as chairman, you give a verbal. Where's your other 2 votes, or other vote?
I'm just saying that's the
Are
way I
you
feel.
voting for it?
No.
I don't think you got a vote.
No, I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm
not particularly, Roy, you can do all this, but aren't we here tonight? The finance person's here, Roy, and we're trying to just say, we're not crucifying anything.
We're not.
What's the deal?
We're not
What's the
pointing
deal?
fingers. We try to
No
look
big
out for
deal.
the ratepayers.
We have We
Well,
looked at the fuel bill, and we had.
Wait till he comes back and let's talk to him and find out what's going on.
That's you guys.
So what I can suggest we do is we bring this up at the next meeting when we have a three-member board. And then let's discuss, you know, exactly what kind of written permission he has to take the vehicle back and forth on a daily basis to his home. Because it is a town vehicle. And it could be a condition of his employment.
Mr. Cook was here, one of the gentlemen that hired him, and Mr. Cook said there was no agreement.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, I was here, I'll go further, Stu, I was here when I hired him. That was when he started.
This could have
There
been.
was
it could
let
have-
in that he did take the truck, because we had reason. Then we went into another issue. The truck stayed here, and it was a vote that the truck stays in Raleigh.
So it was a vote?
Now, yes, whether you can find it on the records, yeah, myself,
Well, we can't
Not mine.
tax law.
no,
I
don't
can
chase
find-
it.
we can look.
But this, now, things that happened
Okay.
since I've been off the board, so things change. Verbal has said this, well, I don't wanna get into it. All I'm doing, just bringing up a common and practical thing that would be to
We'll
save
bring it
us
up
money,
next
the
meeting.
ratepayers and everything. What's a big
Let's see
deal?
what we got.
What's the deal, bringing a truck?
Well, I think we have the authority tonight to, with a vote, to keep the vehicle here after hours. Okay? But we don't, he's not gonna vote for it. I made a motion, he's not gonna second.
So it's a no vote, so
It's
as
a
far
no.
as they're saying, the truck should stay in there until, if he comes, good.
Oh, your point is that until we, you know, wait till he gets here and then,
He's had permission to use it. Let's wait till the man comes back, right?
I'm just
We're gonna have
asking
another
the
meeting in a
things,
week.
Roy.
A week ain't gonna break us completely. And let's make a decision in the week's, next meeting.
okay, so we gotta
With three
find out,
members.
we gotta find out if,
I'll look it up. I'll look in the minutes of the meeting. We don't have I don't believe there is a vehicle
You'll be looking for-
policy, but I can find it, Jack.
Laura will take you a week.
I bet
Take
you,
it
I've
back.
read most of the I think I can.
Good, I hope you can find it.
The rates are going from $11 and some change to $15. We strongly urge that you cut where you can for the ratepayers.
That's all I'm bringing up. But I guess,
I totally agree with your position. If it is
Yeah.
300 a week, that's 15,000 miles a year in a department that's looking, you know, has some older vehicles. But I also understand Mr. Toomey's position that you need to find out if that's a condition of employment. And that's correct as well.
Wait till the gentleman comes back and we'll discuss it.
that's right.
that's all we can do.
Why I brought it up tonight, the gentleman has been out, I got no problem with that, he's been out sick, health reasons. Now he's coming back, and I
Well, I
wrote
mean,
a
there was
little
a big-
proposal here tonight.
It was a hot topic at the budget meeting. Well, how are we gonna cut these fuel costs?
Well,
Are these fuel costs gonna, can we cut it down this way, can we cut it down that way?
How much have we
We
cut?
cut
last
it down.
We cut it, I think it was 20,000 already.
Cut $20,000.
How much have we cut down in the last month or two?
We gotta be on top of
A
everybody
lot.
Right,
to
absolutely.
But
make
we don't
sure
have-
that they drive around here on an absolutely necessary
Yeah.
basis.
get us started logging, Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
Logging's gonna help because they're gonna be more conservative.
Last year, you folks, I mentioned it 2 weeks ago, I'll say it again, you use much more fuel than the police department. The police department's around 24/7. So this water department has to be,
We looked at that, Stewie, and we were pretty close to the police department. We were pretty close. And that's kind of remarkable.
Yeah, and they're
because
going-
they're running around with,
They're going an
Okay.
extra 16 hours.
yeah,
When your guys are out at 4, cruisers don't park at 4.
I know. We got vehicles that, I forgot, and
Round the
I was
clock.
thinking 11 miles per gallon, but Roy's right. It's probably more like 6 gallons a mile.
You got four-wheel drive vehicles, they're loaded down with tools and stuff, you ain't gonna do no few miles with
Oh,
them.
Roy, I'm not, the point is here, we all know you got a job here to do. All I'm just trying to, a few dollars here, a few dollars there. Just common sense to me. Should be common sense to the board up there, what you're doing. You're working for the people of Raleigh.
I know, but what I'm
Ratepayers,
saying
am I
is,
right?
wait till we have 3 members up front. And we
Yeah.
talk to the superintendent and see what the deal was, when it was made, or whatever it was. And go from there. I'm not voting tonight on it.
Can I just ask you a quick question? You've been on a board, Timmy's been on. Does this guy have a contract in place?
I have no idea.
No. I'll give you that answer quick.
So
No.
your experience from when you were on the board, there was no contract?
Nope.
Okay. So we gotta ask,
Been votes,
you
you're
gotta ask Ron
hired,
if he has.
you're
a
hired for a
contract.
year,
You wanna
Tim?
Take a look at it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. All we can do is wait a week till the man comes back.
Roy's right, we can't really do anything tonight. We need
No,
to, we need to sit him down and ask him what, you know, we're gonna let him come back, let him get back and get him used to, you know, and then we, you know, we're gonna let him know that, you know, we're looking at this, because we gotta cut fuel costs. We gotta cut fuel costs. 'Cause
Agreed.
we're gonna have trouble meeting this budget. We trimmed it right down, you know, with all these people that were involved with this budget process, we trimmed it down as much as we possibly could. And, you know, we're running a lean, mean machine right now. We've got to look at all these cost-saving measures. It's not only just the fuel, it's the electric power. You know, turn the heat down in here. I came in here a month ago and the heat was up, so we're doing stuff now, right?
Yeah, we are, we're
Yeah.
trying,
I see everybody's got sweaters on down here. So,
we're
Totally
trying.
agree.
No, you're
I
absolutely.
converted from oil to
That's what
gas,
we've
I
been
know. Won't go.
You wanna move on to that special town meeting article?
yeah.
Okay, so, the fiscal team, when we did do some revision on Form 5, we moved some of those line items into the special town meeting articles, and with your permission, I'll start working on these tomorrow. The first one I was unaware of until this morning, so Tim, you can speak to that a little bit.
Well, let me just, the first one, let me read it out. Transfer funds from the wage line to the business manager line for the purpose of paying the business manager for the time she worked as the acting superintendent. The rate is a difference between the business manager's current salary and the current of the superintendent. So it's been 2 months of her working on 2 job fronts, her business line, and actually her 3 job fronts, because we don't really have a secretary anymore, so I don't know how she's done it. We have so much to thank her for, but there was no provision to compensate her for all this
So
time.
we have to bring this up at town meeting to see if
So we
they'll-
have to bring it up at town meeting. And this is a very important article. I really think that, you know, we can't thank you enough, Laura, for, you know, bringing us through this, because it's been quite a hardship to the department.
That article is only fair.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta come up with a number too, Tim, you just can't go a
I
blind.
know, but
When you
I
guys
just
go,
thought of this
no.
today. We
Yeah,
gotta get it
yeah.
going.
Oh, no, you've got time for the
Yeah.
special, that would be you guys and sit with Laura and compensate her for the
Yeah,
2
so
months.
This is an important article. We gotta
Yeah.
get this thing going. It isn't right that she's put weekends, nights, and everything else in, so we gotta get her
So,
compensated.
She
we
worked
took,
very
we
hard,
took the
and she should be
superintendent-
compensated.
we took the superintendent's base pay and her base pay and then divided it by the month.
We would come up with a, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying, we could do something on the difference between the two,
Yeah,
and then divide it by
By
12.
per month, by 12,
Yeah.
right, you know, cut the difference.
what I would suggest we do is we look at it and try to get a feel for how many hours that she actually did put in.
I'm just trying to,
Yeah,
you know,
I'll
the difference in the
start-
salaries, what I was thinking, and,
Yeah, so it's
I
60
bet.
days of an acting superintendent, so I'll start there, and I'm gonna start working on these articles tomorrow, and next week we'll have drafts.
yeah, you know, a couple different ways or something,
And
and,
then you can
see what we come up
decide.
with.
Sure, thank you.
So we should be able to do that,
Yeah.
hopefully,
It won't
next
take
meeting.
long. It
We're
won't
probably
take
gonna
long.
have to have, the next meeting is probably gonna have to be next week,
We're
right?
definitely having a meeting next week, and I was thinking Wednesday night, but we'll talk in a minute about that.
Okay.
We had filing cabinets in the office supply line. I desperately need filing cabinets. You can see our box system is here, and I have boxes everywhere. These filing cabinets are filled to the gills.
Do we have any extras upstairs? that you use?
None, they're filled.
How many
Filled.
do you need?
I like to order 2 filing cabinets, sort of like what the selectmen have, the 4-drawer or 3-drawer that open up. We need to start organizing procurement, we need personnel files, we need
So all you
to,
need is 2?
I like to start with 2 and see where we end up going with that. That's
What if you
one,
get some, prices, you know, like Staples and this one
Right.
and that one, and
definitely, and it would be
bring it
an
up at the
article.
next meeting, you know?
It'll be an article, and it would be a transfer from free cash to the, because it is a one-time purchase, and I think that's something we learned
You got
that,
2 cabinets are gonna be a couple $100. I mean, I got,
oh no, they're over $500.
Oh, okay.
They're,
Some folding ones, I think, the
Yeah.
top open, like
I
we
was
got
thinking
there
at
at the
least a
town hall.
3-drawer.
see, I have,
Yeah.
I have one that I could donate, but I'm, look, what you donate? We'll have to talk to the
Oh, well,
selectmen.
Yeah,
if
you
you do,
got-
I mean, I'd be
You
happy
put a
to-
letter in, you're gonna donate a cabinet, and we approve it,
I'd
and
be
goes
happy
around
to
the
take
block.
Why don't you get
right?
3 prices?
Yeah,
And that way it covers us, and then,
yeah,
see what
so, we'll
You gotta
see.
do it by the,
I mean, I don't know where else to go besides.
you said, yes, by the
Staples,
rules.
Yeah, I guess we can, I'll look into that, or if you have I desperately need.
Well,
need to
I
get
got
out
one
of the
I
box
can get,
system.
we can get over here,
Yeah.
within the week.
Hey, we can accept.
But I don't wanna bring anything over here unless I
No.
fill the proper forms
You
out.
gotta do the, I'll tell you that, do that.
So the next article we'll have is on the gates, keys, and new alarm system. I've met twice with Instant Alarm, the fire department, Weston, Sampson, Rob, and I. We tested all the fire alarms here at this building, and security alarms, and at the wells. And we'll be meeting again with Instant Alarm next week, and to come up with a proposal for the alarm systems that desperately need to be upgraded and changed. We want to have panic buttons, panic doors and panic stops in all the wells. So if there is an emergency, the employee would have a panicked push. The key situation is going to be new keys for all the wells. Each well has a gate key to open to the road. They have a gate key to open to get into the wells, and then we have a door key. All of those are going to be changed out. So you'll have well 2, 3, 5, and the treatment plant will all be on the same
I think we need a little better price than what we had a couple months ago. The keys,
Definitely
so-
need better price. And the fire department and police department will also have keys to everything. We've already updated the keys in the key box here, so the fire department has keys. The keys in this building, I think, are pretty much done and okay. I don't think we need any new keys here that I can tell. The tank, that's a whole, that tank and that gate, it's gonna be an ongoing key battle. That's all I can say. I'm gonna try to keep that on the same key system, or maybe I'll have a separate key system just for the tank. Because, Verizon and all the people that go up and down, they probably should have their own key over there. So.
Well, we can set that up, like a lot of places you go to, they have a chain,
Yeah,
and it's got like the fire department's lock or the contractor's lock, and you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And they can undo their own lock instead of cutting them like they were doing.
Jim Broderick, they have different keypads and stuff. The problem with that is they freeze up, or, once the keypad, somebody gets, it's complicated. So, I'll be working with the fire department and the police and
I mean,
instant alarm and,
Just up the tower.
yeah,
We can set it up like a lot of the construction sites, you know, electrician's got a key for the gate, and his is hooked into the water department one, so he can just undo his.
Well, we voted, Roy, when I was on the board, it was a big issue. They were
I
chopping.
know, I've heard that it's been cut quite a
chopping
few
the
times.
chain, we got mad at it. What we did is we made a vote, unanimous pass, the lock would be master key, went to the police station.
yeah,
Nextel come to use it, stop with a guy, sign in, take the key. When you're all done, bring the key back, whoever the people were responsible. That cut it. They were they even broke the gate, one outfit pulled the pipe off. That's how we handle it.
When's the last time
And
they?
why this has changed or whatever, we had a big deal on it.
the tank.
No, you know what I'm saying about the different locks, where
Yeah.
everybody, you know, like, whoever's up there.
Yeah, the tank key, I think since I've been here, we've replaced that lock at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and,
Right, yeah,
and Sandy, back to you, Roy, you gave, people would come here and say, I need the gate key for Prospect Hill Tower. And it would be 9X or whoever it was, Comcast, or whoever's up there, I don't even have no idea who's even in there. And they'd get a key, key would get lost, another one, so now you've got about 8 keys out. This way here, we corrected it. Kevin Barry worked with us, and we took, they had to go to,
Maybe there should
we
be a
asked them,
sign on the fence.
they're there
up
24/7, so if they
For
got, someone
access,
gotta
they
go in
should be
there at
notified the
midnight,
police department.
go to station, right there on the way
Right-
down,
right next
you
to the
get
lock,
the key,
yeah.
simple.
yeah, yeah.
That was the answer, that was done. So I don't know
Just up for a
what's
sign
going
to say
on
on the
there
gate.
now.
Yeah.
Was there
No,
any?
we are using the police department, we are doing that. Unfortunately, what we don't know sometimes is that somebody cut our lock off. We go to the tank every day, we're up there today, we have to inspect it once a
Cut
month.
today?
It wasn't cut today, but, you
Yeah,
know,
what do you,
but it has been cut in the last few
Well-
weeks, you know, so the police department notifies us and we go over with a new lock. And we give the keys to the police department. And it is part of the key policy. I'm starting to logging where the key, I am starting that, and I just had Jim Broderick sign for his keys. Everybody's gonna sign for whatever key number
Who is
they.
actually up there that has to have access besides
It's the
this?
tower, it's mostly, you know, the antenna people.
there's 2 or 3 there now, we just.
What I'm
we
saying
just
is,
do a
maybe
lease.
we should contact
We
them
leased another one.
and,
with someone.
Yeah.
The fire department goes up there, they're.
you know, and let
Fire
them
department's
have their
up
own
there.
lock on a chain. Or, you know, hook lock to lock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the other thing you'd run in there, Roy, say Nextel goes up and Comcast, we don't have a key for this one.
They're cutting it, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, let them cut their own lock. You know, instead of,
well, I think the thing it is, like you just said, if you got 3 companies, you write a nice letter,
Yeah,
keys available at the police station, sign in. Now if you go up and someone cut it,
yeah.
and you find Nextel up on a hill, hey, how'd you get in? You cut
Exactly.
and
it.
like I said, we should put a sign on the
You're
gate
getting warned.
to contact the
You know,
police department,
You
you
know
know,
what I'm
for a
saying?
key.
Yeah.
Okay, you know
There
what I
should be
mean?
a sign.
Yeah,
Signs,
we did that,
right.
and it worked.
Right.
It was easy for us.
So we'll have
It's
a
like
policy.
Roy said, they were
Yeah.
cutting the locks off, and we was.
No, we
sitting
put a sign right on the gate. You know, if anybody needs
Contact-
access up there to contact the police department at
Yeah.
Business
Harold Street
number,
with
yeah.
a
Yeah.
business number.
Yeah, so I think, you know, this is gonna be a really good article, and it's definitely something we desperately need to talk about and to, support. I hope they support this article. Well, go ahead.
Excuse me for 1 second, Laura. Like a company like Instant Alarm, can they do the locks and keys and everything too?
No. So Jim Broderick volunteered to come to a meeting next week to talk to you, the Board of Water Commissioners, about the alarm situation. We spent Thursday morning, Instant Alarm, Jim Broderick, myself and Rob went through a whole little fire drill, and we pulled all the alarms and tested both fire and security alarms. And there are some findings, and Jim Broderick volunteered to come to a board meeting to discuss it. And you know, I think we're on the right path. But definitely need some support from the Board of Water Commissioners and the rate, you know, the townspeople on this situation.
Well,
We have
it isn't
serious
support, it's something that we gotta do
It's,
for
it's,
safety and to comply
it's
with
part of,
rules
yeah,
and regulations, fire code,
yeah.
over.
And this would also have the panic buttons and in the wells. And here, you know, the doors, you know, you push out on them and people can get out. So I'll be working on that with you in the next week. That article is probably gonna take 2 or 3 weeks to finalize, but it will get done.
Okay.
I'm on that one. And then what we're going to do is have an article to transfer from the wage lines to the expense line to cover our, emergency contract with Weston and Sampson. So I think that one has to be supported. The security equipment, Jim Broderick also volunteered to do. The list I had was a really good list with the tripod. I had the gas meters, I had a ventilator. And Jim Broderick would be happy to talk to you also when he's here about the alarms, about some of the safety equipment that is just good practice. And then
Did we ever find out about the, speaking of the safety equipment and stuff, about the trench box?
It is here, thank you,
Where is it?
townspeople. It is in the trailer in the back. So, when the snow melts off of it, we're gonna put it together and have it in a place that everybody knows where.
Never caught the inventory, I guess, really.
You were
But I do
you're absolutely
kind of
right,
remember,
Jack.
then I did follow up with one of your former employees.
No, I asked and I was told we didn't have one.
We have it, and you're right, it was never part of the inventory that I knew about, and I've been doing inventory for 1.5 years. So it is now part of the inventory.
Yeah, no, as long as we have one, that's all.
And that's
Yeah.
really, but now what we need is the tripod with the crane on it, and, the gas meters and a ventilator, if it's a 5-minute ventilator.
What's the tripod for?
So if somebody is in the hole, in the trench, and they're in danger, we can lift it, it's a hoist to lift them in and out.
It's not something that we can use, the crane
With a
thing.
backhoe or the crane, I would
Yeah,
say,
maybe
with
we
a rope.
could, I don't know. If that's
Reach in, I'm
safer.
stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Broderick volunteered to talk to you about that and had some ideas. Bob Snow had some really good ideas in our meeting the other day.
Yeah, Bob Snow and then Mr. Broderick, they're familiar with these regulations called confined space entry.
Right.
And so, I think Bob worked for Verizon, didn't he?
Yeah.
So they had a lot of vaults that they had that problem all the time where they had to put people in. They go into a vault and come out, but they can't go in unless there's safety precautions to pull them out of there.
Right.
Because years ago, every 6 months you hear about some guy going in the tank and something, him getting asphyxiated, and nobody can get him out. So the next guy jumps in and tries to get him out, and he goes down. So that to avoid that, there's a specific procedure to go into confined space. And confined space might be a trench, it might be a vault, it might be a building with one door,
Or a water pit.
or a water pit.
Yeah.
We do have pits that people go into.
So this thing would have to be set up to let the guy go in the hole.
Right.
But they would first certify with this instrument too that they
Right.
were looking at.
So we'll be talking to people that have some working knowledge on this, and we'll put together an article. I think we need to start somewhere, what we end up doing. And maybe each year we grow on it, but it's a start.
Okay.
And then the unemployment is going to be an article for this year's unemployment, and we expect that we will have some unemployment cost in the next, from now until the end of June 30th. So I will be calculating that out and writing that in an article.
Okay.
So the budget item we put in there, Roy, was for July 1st on. Okay. This article was gonna pay for the stuff that was in back, right?
Yes, for FY13, that's why it has to be in the special. So those are the beginning articles. I'm not sure if there will be an article for the garage, not sure. So,
We gotta do something to straighten that out, right?
well, we'll be talking with the fiscal team and the selectmen on that situation and, but I'm gonna start working with your permission on these articles that are on this piece of paper and try to bring them to the next
Okay with
meeting.
me.
And we can figure out the dollars plus or minus on those.
Is there any deadline that they want these articles by?
Oh, it's getting close.
Yeah,
It's getting
okay.
close.
You know-
The annual's closed,
Yeah,
can be
these
open on an emergency basis. Basically, what you're looking for now is the
special.
quick articles, specials you gotta,
Right, because
We
it
have
has
a
to
date
get to
on
the
it?
printers too.
right,
So,
oh yeah, we gotta meet a
What
deadline,
is
we're only a
the-
couple of weeks on that, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
know, so
Jamie?
we ought to
I-
get
I,
on,
I don't know.
well,
They should
actually,
know.
I may have it, I should know, you're right. Let's see.
so we ought to plan on maybe the agenda for the next meeting to maybe, approve these articles so we can
Yeah,
get them
it's
closed.
possible if we can
Okay,
do it up to 6
everything
o'clock,
has to
busy week
be-
next week.
Do you want a copy of
Make it
this?
easy for
You're
you.
welcome to make a copy.
Okay.
This is the FinCom
Okay.
schedule, right, but right
I had to skip
here.
a little today
Um,
and make it look fine.
The warrant
Yeah.
has to be given in by April
Yeah.
9th, and then it's sent to the
April,
printer.
April
yeah.
9th.
Now,
April 9th?
April 9th,
Yeah.
and it's sent to the printer on April 16th.
So
So
before,
April 9th is your
between
day.
now and April
yeah,
9th,
you still got a couple of
we
weeks.
have to meet though with the Board of Selectmen and the FinCom, and our board has to all, so we have a lot of meetings between
Mm.
now and April 9th, I see. At least 1 or 2 meetings a week with different committees to get this budget and these articles where they need to be by April 9th. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. Today's what, March 15th? So we only got a couple of weeks here. So I'll be working tomorrow. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
So you wanna have a meeting?
Well, Jim Project was available next Wednesday. That's the only, it was a good night for him. So I was.
The only thing I just mentioned to Tim, if we could bump it up to 6, because I got a busy week next week.
Sure,
Can I
sure,
get-
that's fine with me. I mean, whatever works. Tim, is that a good night for you, or
Yeah,
you sure?
yeah, that's no problem.
Wednesday at 6, and then we'll work on the agenda, because I have to post that Monday. Monday, right? I have to post that Monday, yep.
Yeah, you meet.
So it'll be the 20th. Right?
Okay, so I'll be working on the agenda quickly on this, tomorrow, all right? So far I heard was, we're gonna have the vehicle policy again, we'll have the budget, and then we'll put, the special town meeting articles.
Well,
Okay,
the budget's
just in case.
budget's moving out right now.
Well, if there's anything that we need to discuss after Monday night with the board on
Okay.
Wednesday night, we
They have it
really,
on the agenda, yeah.
just, I'm sure the
It
selectmen
makes sense.
need to go over it too and might have some other new comments, so, all right, we can talk about the agenda later.
Is there anything else, yeah?
Yes, the last thing there was,
Yeah, we got a consent order today, and there's a few non-compliance issues that the DEP has with us. They did an inspection recently, and they have some issues, and so they put it in a consent order. It's gonna be discussed next week at the DEP, so that's in progress. That's all we have to report on that right now.
So there's nothing in this that we have to go over tonight? We gotta wait
No,
until
there's
they
no
have their
emergency.
meeting,
There's a time frame. It's 30 days, but so it's nothing that's gonna be acted on tonight. We'll know more, things may change next week, so. I get that, that's pretty much it. So we're going Monday night?
we're gonna go Monday night, I think Debbie told me 7:45, but I'll confirm the time with you. So,
Okay.
7:30 or 7:45.
Laura, could I ask too,
Sure.
if your superintendent's back Monday, is he gonna be going to that meeting?
I haven't talked to John. I wasn't part of that conversation. I'm sure, we'll invite him.
The VP set the time and date.
No, I'm
No.
talking selectmen meeting.
Oh, the selectmen meeting?
Sure, I guess, Roy, have you talked to John or?
He just called and said he was coming back Monday.
Okay, so he might not even know.
He said he might give me a call tomorrow.
Okay, so if he does, you can let him know there's a meeting Monday night with the selectmen, so it'll be Tim,
Did you say 7:15?
7:30.
7:50.
I'll confirm the time. I'm sorry, I don't have that. So it'll be Tim, John, and I at the selectmen's meeting. If that works.
We haven't really talked about anything about what he's gonna do when he gets back. He's just gonna have to catch up, but he's usually required to be in a meeting like this, isn't he?
It's important, I think.
Yeah.
It's a leader, still superintendent.
Mm-hmm.
So,
A lot of questions.
I
gonna
guess
be
we
asked.
should, require him to be there, huh? Right. So maybe, could leave a message on it, tell him that he's got a date for Monday night.
Okay,
I'll wait and see if he calls me. He said he's gonna call me tomorrow afternoon.
all right, I'll
He
be
was going
here.
to a doctor's appointment when he was talking to me.
Okay. I'll be here tomorrow, Roy, if you wanna let me know, and I can,
Yeah, I was coming down with
Yeah.
16, we was in and out of service. I
okay,
kept losing him, he called me back, by the time we got so we could talk, he was at his doctor's appointment.
okay, so we have I think a good plan for next week. We have a few meetings, scheduled right now, and we're moving ahead.
Okay,
Sounds
Anything
good.
else?
I can't think of anything. I make a motion to close.
Second.
Aye.
Any